Sagittarius, what's up? How you guys doing? I would like to thank you guys for tuning in to Only the Realist. I hope that you guys have all had a wonderful day out there, and be mindful that this reading will not resonate with every single one of you. There are millions of energies on planet Earth. And without further ado, we're going to jump right in. This is going to be a life reading, so let's do it. First energies out here is we have the Four of Pentacles. Oh, Saggy, feeling like, things are just with the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck, right? It's this space where you're in, where you're like, feeling like you don't have enough to have this health and prosperity, right? Goodwill, right? And you understand that you have the ability to be here, which is something that you have to work on within yourself, right? And I understand this part, right? I'm a Sag myself, and at times we do feel like things are not how they should be, or in that sense of like how to feel in a certain space, I guess you could say that, right? Energy wise, yeah, there's a Sag is always wired, like ready to go, a lot of energy, but there are times where that energy is it can't be there, I should say that. Why can't it be there? It can't be there because there are resting periods, there are periods to learn things within the self. There are periods to be involved in other types of things, and the loss of energy shows you that, right? That you can be running 1,000 miles per hour, and then when the energies change, or things energetically change, it's this space. It feels so like nagging, right? Or like it's pulling you away from like what you were already energized for, and it's like it's annoying. I understand, trust me, I do, but one thing I do know that Sag is really good at is adapting, right? Adapting, whether it's energy, people, experiences, locations. Sages know how to adapt, and we know how to grow very fast from what we adapt to. So, but it's just those moments, and it's okay. It's okay. Still going forward. Here's a completion. Yeah. With the Queen of Pentacles. So, again, you've just come through completion, right? And what you learned in that recent lesson experience, you will soon to see what it has done and what it has taught you, okay? You are already sitting in your meditative energy, which is really good, because I'm seeing a lot of change that was maybe destructive to who you were. Okay, Sag? We have the Hangman with the Queen, or with the Knight of Pentacles, sorry. So that perspective has changed, right? There were things that you looked at that changed your perspective. And with the Nine of Pentacles here, everything's gonna be okay. You know, things are going to be back on track. It's understanding the past energies, right? So understanding where you may have been maybe last year or something like that, right? Just as an example, and think of what type of energy you were in when you were very low, or you felt very low, or in an unknown space, you know, in yourself, right? And kind of analyze that towards a new experience with the same feeling, and how you handle it differently. Each experience lets you know where you stand with your growth. We will always be tested several times upon the same things, different experiences, but the same, you know, feeling. Like, oh, why do I feel this way? You know what I mean? And it's like figuring those things out. And it's good to acknowledge how you used to perceive things, how you used to react to things, how you used to say things, how you used to be towards others, and bring that to today and say, look at all of the things I learned. And those are the, you know, that is your knowledge that you've obtained, which is growing into wisdom. Strength. It's good, Sag. Yeah. Have strength. Work with your environment, with your spirit, with your understanding, right? No matter if you fell down a few times, no matter if something was delayed and you had to recover, it all teaches you something as you go. It shows you how to honor yourself. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, Sages don't really feel understood, right? You know, we don't get our information the same way, you know, the others do. We like to have the experience to learn, right? Other people, they are okay with someone telling them, but we like the experience of being inside of it to understand what it is and how it works and where it goes. You know what I mean? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it healthy or unhealthy? Does it, you know what I mean? All of the aspects. Because Sag is, you know, Sag wants information, knowledge. We seek wisdom. Like, you go. There's the Hermit. And again, on the journey of searching for more of an understanding, right? So now you will go within, you will self-reflect and rejuvenate your energy to jump into this new completion, right? This new step with the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of mental things going on, right? Thinking strategically, but with a purpose. You know what I mean? It's a Five of Cups. Yeah, right now is not a time to, be worried about what is falling down back there, right? We have the Eight of Wands. Okay, you're being asked to wait for the answer, the message of the sign before you proceed forward. Okay, just be. Yeah, look at that. We have the Hierophant. There is a specific spiritual lesson that you have overcome. This is about commitment, about the drive that you possess to continue to learn, right? This is good, yeah. Always taking the only fools create opportunities. And Sagittarius, I would just like to say that majority of the time, you take the risk, and although you always analyze the risk, don't get me wrong, you always analyze the risk, but the risk is taken when you're pushed to take the risk, right? And when I say pushed, I don't mean that there's someone saying, hey, you should go do this or that. I'm saying when your own spirit is nudging you and saying like, hey, let's go. This is new experience, new things to learn, new things to see. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like this, it's good though. Only fools create opportunities, and those are risk takers, people that take risks. But there is a positive and a negative, a yin and a yang, a pro and a con to that, right? Which is to analyze the risk. Don't just take the risk just because you're a risk taker. Take the risk because it makes sense to take the risk. You know what I mean? It makes sense to take the risk. Like, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But just know that you could end up on the other side of the risk that's not really positive. You know what I mean? So always analyze the risk. All right. And we have the King of Cups. Okay. This is a very responsible, caring as well. Although Sag may become delayed at times, Sag will always continue to keep Sag's responsibilities and care, love, and support for others. No matter. Okay? We have the Four of Swords, laying things to rest. That's, it's okay. Things that things that must be swept away in the desert sand. It's okay. It don't matter. Okay. Not only was it at the bottom of the deck, it's now here in the reading, Four of Swords. Okay, with the Tower. Yeah, because now we move to the next section, right? The next section of where we landed. Okay, so we have the Tower here. It's gonna come in, shake some things up. You know what I mean? Help you place your feet in the right places, so that you can create a new experience somewhere else. Some of you may be traveling. Some of you also may be, you know, having new jobs or new schools, right? Some of you may be, you know, doing different hobbies or activities, okay? You're definitely going to be shifting, moving, right? Something's changing. We have the Moon here with the Ace of the Ace of Wands, sorry. The ultimate wish fulfillment of manifestation. That, remember, there are things that you will not be able to see until, you know, until the moon is dim, okay? Until it has changed through its cycle. Because we have the moon here and you are being blinded by what you cannot see, what you are curious about knowing on the other side. This speaks of curiosity. Yeah. And we have the Ten of Swords. Okay. With the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So with endings, you know, come new beginnings. You're obviously coming upon new things. Okay. And there's a lot to think about here with the King of Swords. There's a lot of strategic things that you need to think about when it comes to yourself. And we have the Two of Pentacles, okay, with the Page of Swords. So, you know, you are sitting there like, which one should I take? And this new opening, when it comes in for you, this is going to be your chance between what you don't have and what you can create. Anyway, Sag, that's all that I have for you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. I would really like to hear what you guys have to say. And if you guys have been with the gang, I love you guys so much. Monistique. Catch you guys.